Previously on Crit Fail Club. Baldur's Gate, one of the largest cities in Faerun, certainly the largest on the Sword Coast.
Selwyn is a moon elf. They've got very pale skin and dark black hair.
He's goth.
Goth.
Yeah.
The gothliest goth that they're ever goth.
Goth elf.
So Nyla is a halfling, so she's about 3 feet tall. She looks relatively plain, except for one main thing, which is she has on a very, very dark black cloak that is covered in crow feathers.
Ariazis is a tiefling druid, light to mid, deep tone brown skin, and the very awesome red glowy tiefling eyes. Everything that she wears is red.
Sitting between Ariazis and Selwyn is a skeleton. This ale is terrible. This whole place is terrible. And suddenly, the unnatural quiet of the Elf Song Tavern is disrupted by the sound of the door slamming open. He has a few dozen scrolls tucked under one arm. He unfurls one, hammering it very loudly into the notice board. The son of the Grand Duke Ardwin Porter has been declared missing. The name under the drawing reads Young Lord Salvador Porter. A reward of 3,000 gold pieces.
3,000 gold.
Ah, good! Someone for me to save. Name is Sir Wyndon Orimer.
I want to call him Wyndon the Windbag.
Oh dear, another one.
What does
Another
that
one?
mean?
Another one?
Oh yes, there have been a lot of disappearances out by the woods lately. The rumor is that there are sightings of cultists out near the Cloakwood Forest. A tall, very, very thin man goes to the signboard and he rips the sign down. I'm going to be the one who claims that reward. Stay out of my way. You'll regret it if you don't. You head south out of Baldur's Gate. You head to the edge of the Cloakwood, and you see a dead horse.
Nope, nothing to identify it.
Ariazis like me nothing to steal.
Yes, that is what she
That's
meant.
what I said. That's what I said. What did I say?
That's
Something
not
different?
what. Okay.
You follow the drag marks. So the mouth of this cave is very wide and sort of low, like barely 6 feet. In addition to the drag marks that lead from the horse, there are also wagon tracks that lead up to the mouth of the cave and then turn around and go back.
No, I was like, I'll volunteer. I'll volunteer to go in there. I mean,
It's
scout.
It has to be someone stealthy.
They are dressed like cultists, and they are muttering to each other. Past the cultists, you can see there's almost 20 people there. They are all variations of bound and gagged. You snuck right past Sir Wyndon Orimer, who is caught in a bear trap. I would like everyone to roll initiative. Oh, that's a nat 20!
Nat 20!
Yay!
Oh, first attack
Air
roll of
horns,
the
woo, woo,
night! Yeah, it's dead. Congratulations, you solved my cultist puzzle.
Is the pompous man caught in the bear trap? Was he looking at us the entire time?
Oh! Well, I thank you for finishing them off! Sassy sachets into the cave. He's like, one of them got away.
Nyla, looks at you too, and she's like, okay, you guys can interrogate this person. I'm gonna go find out which one of these people is worth 3,000 gold. Raise your hand if your name starts with an S.
Oh no.
Someone in the back's like, but what about all those people you killed? We should do something about that!
That's fine. Something will eat them.
But that's horrible! We need to give them a proper burial!
Okay, you can do that.
The guy who held Teal'c is like dragging the cultists out, muttering, he's like, so sad. Hope their families aren't too upset.
Wait, what about that one?
As you turn on your heel, you hear from the entrance, well, hello there, Lord Porter. Oh, it's so good to see you too! Who are you?
God.
Your father is waiting for you very eagerly. Oh, I'm sure he is, but if you don't mind, I really gotta bury these cultists, you know. I'm sorry if I made it sound like I was giving you an option. Everyone roll initiative, please.
Oh boy.
This is a lot. Y'all should really stop fighting.
They were gonna kill you!
I need
wanted
all of you to
do
make a
so.
dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
Wow.
Every
nice.
single one of you is failed.
No, no.
Oh.
I'm dead then.
Yup.
Unconscious. I
Yup.
have 21 hit points. Unconscious. Gone. He just kills us all in the first episode of D&D, and we never. Yep.
feel the heat before your eyes can register what the light streaking toward you is. For a split second, you know enough to know that a massive ball of fire is hurtling toward you, to know that there's no way you can possibly survive this inferno. What are you thinking about?
We're about to lose 3,000 gold pieces.
Trees, probably.
Trees, probably.
My father.
Jesus.
Oh god, what am I thinking about?
Sassy
Probably
Dick.
not much.
I don't know.
No, what are you thinking about? She asked shippily. What are you thinking about?
Oh no.
No, I was gonna do that after I came back.
Okay.
No, I never got to tell her how I feel. She's such an idiot.
Damn
She
it!
only
I
likes
should have taken her
trees.
up on that smoochies offer.
So in the middle of this, as you are quite literally and figuratively seeing your death, you hear, "Stop fighting!" And then the 28 damage that would have gone to you is instead bounced back, reflected off an enormous flash of light. It streaks back up into the air, and
we
it
go.
hits Vestavius Gaunt square in the chest, and he is suddenly consumed by fire. And then he falls out of the air, and he hits the ground with a very loud, painful-sounding thunk.
Is it over?
Nyla looks around and she's like stunned and she's like, Did he do that?
Salvador, he looks like he's had the wind knocked out of him. He's kind of swaying in his spot for a minute, and he blinks his eyes a couple times. And finally, his vision focuses on the smoldering, slightly on fire figure on the ground, and he says, "Oh no." And he scrambles over toward him, and he rolls him onto his back. "Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Hang on, I think I can." And he rubs his hands together like he's casting a spell.
Nyla rushes over and she's like, "Do you need help? What's going on?" I'm sure he's fine. He looks fine.
He said I didn't
He's
mean
on
for this
fire.
to happen.
We need some water.
I didn't mean for this to happen. Hang on. He rubs his hands together, and then he places them gently on Vestavius's body, and he is preparing to cast Cure Wounds.
He attacked us. Do we want to be bringing him back right now? Like this second? Should we like tie him up so he doesn't spell us again?
Listen,
So we can
I don't
talk?
have Revivify yet. We need to act quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
Nyla pulls out rope because she has like a ton of rope, and she's like,
Yeah, I
"You
was
heal
like, I
him.
don't
I'll
know.
tie
I
him
was
up."
just checking for that. I was like, I don't know if I have rope.
I do.
Okay, good, great.
He uses a first level spell slot, and he restores 5 hit points. And Vestavius Gaunt comes awake with a shudder. And I would like you to roll, let's say roll plus Dex to see how quickly you were able to tie him up, because this is like you're both under
not
time
me.
restraints. So you managed to get his hands behind his back, but you could not tie his feet, and you could not gag him.
Okay.
Vestavius.
Well, it's not. He's a spellcaster, so
I mean, the hands and the mouth are the important parts.
yeah.
For a spellcaster, and he comes awake with a drink. What happened? What? And
Shove something in his mouth.
that's not very polite. You shouldn't do that. And Salvador leans over and says, "I am so sorry. I did not mean to rebound your magic straight at you, but in fairness, you probably should not have fired a fireball at us either. That was also very rude of you."
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
agree with
The
this.
young man is correct.
And he says, "But again, cannot apologize enough. Did not mean to hurt you. Very, very sorry. Are you okay? You're not okay. You have 5 hit points."
You can't talk because he has something.
Okay, better question. Why are you attacking us, and why do you want this guy?
You already know that answer, Kay.
Okay, he wants our gold, Ariazes. He wants
I
our
don't
gold.
Sorry, I don't understand this gold fascination, but okay.
What do you mean you don't understand this gold fascination? That's
They're
the
not
only
true.
reason we go on adventures together.
Is it really?
I also like the moss in your hair.
Oh, thank you.
It's very good moss.
There's 2 reasons. The moss and the money. The 2 things.
And because I can sew you things.
Salvador,
That's true. That's true.
Once you sit Vestavius up, and he looks back, and he's like, "What are you talking about, gold?"
Oh,
Who still has the thing?
there was a reward. No, nobody has it because we got.
Yep, Vestavius
I guess
stole it.
Vestavius does. Yeah.
He stole it,
Doesn't
but,
he have a bag full?
but if there was any paper on his person when that fireball
true, it would've
rebounded,
burned.
Yeah, no, it's gone.
most of his robes are gone, so stands to reason.
Your father offered a reward to bring you back safely.
Salvador
3,000 gold!
Salvador stares at you in sort of confusion. So let me give you a quick description of Salvador, since this is the first time you've really had the chance to, like, actually look at him. Selwyn and Arya, when you first look at him, you think he is a human, but now that you can get a little better look at him, you realize he's not a human, he's actually a half-elf. He is kind of short for a half-elf. He's like maybe 5'6", 5'7". He has this sort of mop of dark hair, very bright blue eyes, and he is dressed in vestments, in priest vestments. Like, literally clothes. Like, vestments are not like an armor. They are literally just clothes. He stares at you in confusion for a minute. He says, "Well, I can't go back right now. They were taking people?" And he stands up and he looks toward out of the forest, following the wagon tracks that you saw earlier, Ariazis, and he says, they were taking a whole bunch of people and they were just carting them away, and I gotta go find out what happened to them.
We don't know.
That's fair, but there's also people in the cave too.
He says,
What are we
"Oh,
gonna do
yes,
with them?"
of course. Well, they just need to go back to Baldur's Gate, don't they?"
Just like you need to go back to Baldur's Gate.
"I can't go back to Baldur's Gate. There's people that need my help."
We will take care of that, right? Right? Nyla looks at Ariazes and Selwyn and gives them like a large, exaggerated wink.
How less convincing could you be?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He says,
We could escort them back and then come back and investigate. How about that?
"But what if the cart arrives while we're gone?"
Okay, then we are going to leave these people in the cave?
He says, "Well, no, we just need..." "Oh, I've got it." And then he turns to Wyndon Orimer, who has been standing at the back this entire time, looking kind
Forgot
of
about that dude.
looking kind of nauseated and seasick.
Wait, Wyndon Orimer has not been helping us?
No, he
course
has not.
That sounds
windbag?
completely in character, though.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not in
Exactly.
character.
He's like, "We need someone brave and strong to take them back to Baldur's Gate, and you can do that, can't you, Mr. What's your name again?" And Wyndon Orimer kind of tries sort of futilely to like puff up his chest. He says, "I'm Sir Wyndon Orimer, Knight of the Golden Dragon. Are you Salvador Porter?" And
Look,
Salvador
that man is missing at least half of his leg in a very self-inflicted bear trap accident. I don't think he can walk anywhere. Do you even have a horse?
He says, "Well, no, I don't have a horse, but he did heal me. This strapping young, what are you, like a priest, like a cleric?" He says, "Oh yeah,
He's
I'm a
small
cleric.
child.
I'm a cleric, and I'm 25 years old. You really need to stop calling me a child."
Ariazi's like elbows Nyla, like, not a child.
You had it closer with young man, hun.
And he says, Wyndon Orimer says that he did heal me, and my leg feels fine, and I can certainly escort, I guess, all these people back to Baldur's Gate. "So you're Salvador Porter?" he asks again when no one had answered him. And Sal says, "Oh yeah, that's me. Hello." He says, "Oh, he kind of looks around nervously and he says, "Will you marry me?"
I did not bring my good thread. You should have given me more time.
Salvador kind of stares at him in confusion.
This is the
That's in character.
Salvador stares at him in confusion as you are all laughing in the background. He's like, "No?"
Oh my god, I didn't bring my good thread, and you have to tell me in advance about these things.
And
Nyla saunter.
Wyndon
Nyla
Orimer's
saunters
like,
up and
"Oh,
she's
okay,
like,
well, escort mission it is then, I suppose."
You take defeat so easily, man. You just no spark, really. Come on. Nyla's gonna go look for that dagger that she threw at.
Okay. Roll a perception check to see if you can find it.
Oh, mean.
Yeah, I forgot about that dagger.
15, yeah, you managed to find it. So Salvador turns back into the cave where this group of captors is sort of huddled together in fear, and he says, "Now, don't you worry. This person, Sir Windbag over here, is going to escort y'all back.
Wyndon.
It's all right. He's going to escort y'all back to Baldur's Gate. Don't you worry about it. Nothing. All right. He's going to take real good care of you, and then you can go home to your families." And the captives, they all seem very, very grateful. They're all, muttering to each other, and a couple of them are hugging. They're very, very grateful.
Nyla steps up and goes, "Just as a curiosity, we made a huge, brave effort to come out here today and save you from these evil gentlemen. Are any of you families that might reward brave and noble souls such as ourselves?"
Nyla!
Like, no.
Is that a no? Is that a no?
Nyla.
Okay, well, here's my card if
Not
you...
the time.
Okay, no, you do not have business cards.
Like, what? We don't have business cards. When do you make those?
Okay, when we get back to Baldur's Gate, I'm making a business card.
So Sir Wyndon Orimer agrees to transport them all back, and he also agrees to carry Vestavius Gaunt back as well. Vestavius being, tall and spindly and presently bound up, he is no problem for Wyndon Orimer to carry, slung over one shoulder like a sack of potatoes.
Does Vestavius, before they go, does Vestavius have anything on him that does not look burnt to a crisp and valuable?
I'll get out the roll table. Hang on. Okay, the roll table says that this is a weird roll table, but okay. He has a book of alchemical lore, a copper tea kettle, and a component for a beguiling charm.
I am taking all of those.
Oh, okay. A copper tea kettle? Salvador says, that's really not nice. You shouldn't take that. That's his.
He was going to kill us. I'm really
That's
just...
No. That's not an excuse. Evil done...
It's kind of what she does. She
Evil
just
done...
sticky fingers.
Can you guys let me talk, please? You guys like to talk over the other people, don't you? He says, now listen.
Yes.
Evil done unto you does not excuse evil done unto others. All right? Now please give it back.
Yeah, sure, I totally do. Can I roll a sleight of hand check to see if I can get it without him noticing?
God. No. Fine, this would be perception versus sleight of hand. All right, you trick a very nice, innocent person.
Okay, wait, I only take... What was the last thing you said?
Hang on, the roll table.
It was a spell component
A spell
for
component,
beguiling charm.
A spell component for a beguiling charm, yes.
That one. I only take that one.
Okay, Salvador
gonna
seems
do with
satisfied.
that? Puts back
yeah, what
2
the
out of
fuck are
3
you gonna
things.
do with a beguiling charm? You're so...
I was like, oh, shiny.
When he's not looking, I just kind of whack you upside the head. Not hard, just like a...
I'm sorry.
Come on.
I'm sorry. Did you see it happen?
She's got a point. You would also have to roll perception to see if you saw her do it.
You're
Yeah,
so
I think
lucky.
I noticed it.
Well, you're just lucky, because otherwise you wouldn't have.
While you guys are doing that, Arias is like, are you okay?
Yeah, Sal is down to 11 hit points, but, he's still standing. He's all right.
I have cure wounds too, if you want me to do that on you.
He says, oh no, don't you waste any spells on me, little ma'am. I'm just fine. Who are you, by the way? I don't think we properly introduced ourselves.
Goodness, that is so true. And Ariazis looks at everybody else like, you guys are so rude.
He
And
says,
she extends her hand. She's like, I'm Ariazis. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too, Ariazis. My name is Salvador Porter. And he shakes
So
her
we get
hand.
We've established that one by now.
He says, well, yeah, I know. I mean, it seems pretty obvious she came out here looking for little old me, but, I thought it was just, important to say my name.
No, it's fair. It's fair.
I noticed that you are not human, by the way.
Oh, yeah, no.
Not entirely.
No, my mama was an elf. Mm-hmm.
Is that where you picked up the accent?
I don't know.
I hope that wasn't rude. I didn't mean to imply that you're not human. Was that rude? I don't know.
Oh, no, it's all right. I'm not offended. I'm not human. I'm only half human. That's true. That's just a true fact is what that is.
Okay, great. I'm still learning how people speak and stuff.
Yeah, your accent is pretty weird. If you want, I can speak Elvish. And the moment he speaks, he switches to Elvish. His accent, like, when he speaks common, he speaks like a country bumpkin. But the moment he switches to Elvish, his accent is more like a high elf accent. Like, he speaks like he's royalty. He says, if you ever want me to speak Elvish, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy.
I do
And
a double
Ariazi
take.
is like, lights up and is like, oh, that's so much better. Thank you.
Says,
In Elvish.
oh, okay, well, I can speak Elvish forever if you'd like, although I think it might alienate. Does everyone here speak Elvish?
No.
I do, but
Nyla doesn't, so perhaps
Nyla-
it would
It's
be
probably
better
for the
if we
best,
Switch
yeah.
back to common.
Yeah.
Nyla throws a knife at the ground and is like, not
I'm
another
sorry.
fucking another person.
And Salvador, kneels down in front of you and says, if you want, I can teach you how to speak Elvish.
That is a very
Ariazi is
kind...
like, yes, please.
No. I don't even know how that would work. Look,
not-
I'm not really good
I can
at-
tell you mechanically, whenever the next time you gain a language from, any source, from leveling up or from taking a feat, I would let you, or even if, honestly, the next time you level up, I would say, I would let you take Elvish as an extra language, is how this would work
Okay.
mechanically.
That's fair. I think actually, so Nyla actually lights up for like the first time, like a smile cracks on her face, and she's like, "Really? Will you?" She like leans over. Will you start with the curse words?
Nyla, I've already taught you a few of those. You just didn't pay attention.
He says, "Well, that seems a little blue, but yeah, sure, I'll start however you like. I don't know if I'm a very good teacher. I've never tried to teach no one no language before, but I suppose I could try."
Between the three of us, I'm sure it'll be fine.
He says, "What's
Well,
your
I'm a
name?
very,
You didn't
very
introduce
good
yourself."
Oh, well, my name is Nyla Lighthands.
"Hello, Nyla."
Hello. Please don't tell me your name again.
"Okay." Oh, I mean, I was gonna, but I guess that's a good point. I really don't have to say my name 3 times in a row.
I appreciate it. I really do, and I appreciate the offer. But yeah, no, it's nice to meet you, Sal. She like puts her hand out.
He shakes your hand, of course. And then he turns to Selwyn and he says, "And what's your name, ma'am? Is it ma'am? I don't actually know what affectation. I'm sorry, I'm not very involved in elf culture, I was raised around humans."
I just kind of give a shrug. Her,
Okay.
them, whatever.
Okay.
It's nice to meet you now that we're not being, attacked.
Yeah,
or
attacked.
attacking.
It sure is an improvement.
Speaking of which, the introductions are great. It's so nice to meet new friends. I love that.
Interrupting!
It's fine.
Excuse you, rude.
Yeah, it's fine. You're all
I
fine.
switched to Elvish.
What?
My name is Selwyn Dwyer, my lord. And
Oh, you don't have
the
to call me my
skeleton
lord.
who's somewhere around here is Sassy.
Oh, yeah, where is that?
He's a skeleton. What are you talking about? He looks around, and Sassy has done this before, like pulling a fast one over people you meet. Sassy's pretending to be like an actual skeleton, like sprawled out against the cave floor.
Oh,
Oh, you little
funny.
bitch.
Very funny.
Oh, you're hilarious, your dukedom.
Salvador kind of stares at you in confusion, looks down at Sassy. He's like, "Where'd that skeleton come from?" Sassy does not move. They are absolutely committed to this bit.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they
Okay.
came from a bog, and yeah.
A really smelly
They're really
bog and-
unappreciative, They don't really seem to like anything that I like, so maybe I'll just leave it here.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Sal seems very confused. Like, you are all talking about a skeleton as if it can talk. And I was like, "I'm not really sure what y'all are talking about, but I guess we should bury this skeleton too." And he goes over.
Sounds like a great idea.
He goes over to grab the skeleton. And Sassy suddenly sits up. "Wah!" And Sal absolutely he falls on his ass and screams. He says, "Oh my
What did we
goodness!"
tell you about jump scares? Those are not funny.
I was like, "Oh,
Sorry about that. I tried to tell you.
oh my goodness!"
Sassy, don't give them a heart attack.
Sassy is
please.
laughing their ass off.
Of course.
And Sal, it takes Sal a minute to come back to his like, oh, okay, so it really is. Oh wow, you have a skeleton companion. Okay.
I offer him a hand up.
Sal takes it gratefully. He's like, "Okay, a skeleton companion. I mean, as a cleric, that is a little disturbing, but I suppose if you like him, her, it."
Not sure.
Sassy is
Depends on
still
her
laughing too hard to answer. And Sal says, "Well, I suppose, if you're insistent on having this as a friend, then I will do my best to not think about it in terms of a walking abomination that should be destroyed. But that's,
How gracious of you.
He says, "And what's your name?" And finally, Sassy stops wheezing, laughing long enough to stand up and brush
Roll.
their cloak off and says, "My name is..." Oh, wait, hang on.
Yeah, I was like, roll the table. What's their name this time?
He extends his hand as if to be kissed. And she says, "My name is Sir Podley, Knight of the White Oliphant." And Sal stares
That's a new one.
Sal's like, "Oh, Sir Podley, okay." He doesn't kiss the hand, but he shakes it awkwardly with his face with the palm facing down. He's like, "Well, it sure is nice to meet you, Sir Podley, Knight of the White Oliphant, was it?"
It's Sassy.
Sassy, okay. "Well,
That's
sure, it's nice to meet y'all." And he turns around and faces you and he says, this is just as Sir Wyndon Orimber has gathered up all the refugees and he's walking them out of the forest. By now it is very, very dark. And he says, "Now listen." And he kind of walks up to you all conspiratorially and he says, "I've been here for 2 days now, and in those 2 days, 2 times, a wagon has come up to this cave and taken a whole bunch of people away somewhere, and I think we need to figure out where that's going.
Okay, sounds good.
No objection here.
What? Why are
Should
we
we
agreeing?
pretend to be prisoners? Do we need to be tied up?
I don't know how we should attack this, actually. What do you guys think?
What are we agreeing to here before we?
Nyla, we're agreeing to help Lord Porter so that we can get him back home more expeditiously.
This
We
doesn't
could
feel...
have Sassy do the thing and then like be outside and pretend to be a real skeleton, and then I could turn into a giant spider.
Salvador looks kind of despondently at you now. He's like, do you not want to help us, Nyla?
It's not that I don't want to help. It's just
Gold.
What's that about
Sorry, just
gold?
whispers.
fine. I will come along and help.
Yay! Salvador falls to his knees and
People.
hugs you tightly. He says, you see, I knew despite your violent nature that you were nice people. I have a way of telling about these things, you know.
Nyla is trying desperately to extricate herself.
He is still hugging
Don't
you.
hug.
She's like, no, don't hug.
She's like looking over desperately at Selwyn and Ariazes and being like, help, like mouthing it.
I just give a shrug because I actually am a relatively nice person.
Sassy is laughing again.
Right, exactly. Ariazes is just like, but no, hugs are good for you, and then joins in, trapping
This
you.
is my worst nightmare.
He says, to be honest, we're going to have to work on that little violent streak y'all seem to have. But other than that, y'all seem very nice and friendly. And I am so glad that y'all going to help me get to the bottom of this because I am very worried. You know, technically, these are my, what do you call them? Like vassals? I don't know. But that's not the point. The point is they are people and they need help. And we have to figure out what happened to them. Now, how do we want to tackle this exactly? I'm not exactly sure when the next wagon's going to come, but probably soon.
Roughly when did it come last time?
Was
it in the evening or in the day?
It was in the evening, yes. I think it might be running late, maybe? I don't know. What do you think?
It's definitely already dark now.
He says, yes, that is true, so it might be running late.
If we're gonna do this, we gotta do this right. What happened last time? Did the cultists all came out and just like handed people off? Like,
Yeah, pretty much. I tried to listen, but they were talking near the mouth of the cave. I remember one of them, or maybe two of them, couldn't really remember each other's names real well.
Sounds like we could grab a robe.
yeah, I was gonna say we gotta disguise ourselves as some cultists. Is what's going on here. Nyla looks very excited. She's like, I love.
Of course
pretending to
she
be-
would love disguises.
Are you good at disguises, Miss Nyla?
I may, or may not, have a talent for the art of disguise. Nyla like is like doing. She's like filing her nails.
Well,
Arias
that
is,
sure
like,
does
trying
sound
not to laugh.
great. If you can, we've even got some clothes that I suppose you could use. And he looks over at like the corpses of the cultists, and he says, "You know, once we give them a proper burial."
And I was like, come to think of it, this whole plan is starting to sound better and better. And she like,
Great, you can help us bury them then.
so she's gonna go and like pull some of the like cultist robes off.
Yeah, I can help you dig the graves, Sal.
That is so nice of you.
Yes,
And
let's all
he
work
goes and hugs you
together
again.
and bury them.
Thank you so much
And-
for helping me. He hugs you too, Ariazes.
I don't want to see them naked, and Nyla, stop that. Wait.
We need their clothes, Ariazes. You have to get over your prudish sensibilities.
He says, "No, it is true. We are doing this to serve the greater good, which is important. But you know, maybe
make
leave their
cool
underthings
disguises."
on."
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Definitely.
You cut to Nyla like halfway from like taking somebody's like underpants off.
She's like, wait, I shouldn't take this? Oh, okay.
She like puts it back. She's like, I don't
You
know.
would want to wear somebody else's?
I am
underpants?
going
Come on.
for authenticity among all things.
Hmm.
It's the key to a good disguise. She throws
Anyway.
cloaks at the rest of you.
So Salvador helps you bury them, and he even goes so far as to perform a last rite. And I would like each of you to roll religion to see if you can recognize which god he follows and he worships. Oh,
you
that's a
roll it.
dirty 20.
Dirty
Nice.
20.
Dirty
Nice.
20.
Arya, you recognize this as a ceremony to the goddess Eldath. Eldath is typically a druidic god. It is a little weird that a half-elf would be worshipping them, especially a
seriously.
half-elf cleric. Eldath is big with druids, so you probably knew some people who followed Eldath. And you recognize the rite immediately.
And she's like kind of like tilting her head like, oh?
You know Eldath's domain. She's associated with springs, like with like water springs, and also with pacifism. That sort of makes sense in your head why he was screaming at all of you to stop fighting so much. If he was a follower of Eldath, he would be very troubled by violence.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
This will be very problematic.
Yeah.
By the time you finish burying him with 3 people, it only takes an hour or 2. You bury all the cultists, you cover them up, and Sal is performing his last rites just as it is getting very, very dark indeed. Any last minute questions you want to do? How is Nyla doing? I assume she has not been helping Barry, I assume, because she's been working on...
absolutely not been helping Barry, but she's been prepping costumes. So like before they buried him, she did like an ornate study of all of what they looked like, and so she carries around with her a disguise kit at all times. So she is about to be putting makeup on people.
As soon as we come back in, she's like, "Oh, doing our eyebrows."
Yes.
So I was like, well, maybe I think it's probably best if only one of us is disguised as a cultist, Miss Nyla.
She's like, "No authenticity."
Too late. She's already doing like.
Says, well, that will make a whole lot of sense. Just the cart comes here not to take cultists back, but to take captives.
Yeah, we need captives.
Oh.
Who wants to be tied up?
Well, we don't have any captive clothes. Nyla throws her hands in her air. She's like, I don't know how you expect me to work like this.
Nyla, the captives were all wearing what they already had on.
Exactly. There's no.
And now I'm covered in dirt. So, hey.
I just don't think you'd make a very convincing captive. But I mean, I
The
guess
moment-
we can go with it.
The moment you say that you're covered in dirt, sounds like, oh no, and he starts like brushing off your dress.
No,
stop.
I'm so sorry.
You're making it worse.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just wanted to help. That's my default setting. I don't know how to do anything else. Sassy says, "What about me?"
Just
yeah, I
play
don't
dead
know.
like you normally do.
Yeah, you should definitely not.
So Sassy says, "Will they take a corpse on a wagon?" He says, "You know what? Never mind. I'll just
guess-
follow at a
No,
distance."
you know what? No, we got this. No, we'll put a cloak, like, here. Sassy, or Nyla throws one of the cultist cloaks on Sassy.
Sassy eyes it. He's like, "It's not really my style."
That's, and we all appreciate your dedication to
Thanks for
fashion.
dating us with your presence, Lord, but...
But, just think of it like a character. You're pretending to be a dirty peasant.
What's my backstory?
Your backstory, that you're a, Nyla looks up at Ariazis and Selwyn and was like, help.
I can't play a
don't know,
character
I'm not
unless I have a
present.
backstory.
You make a remarkably excellent point. I also like to get into character. I think you're a small country boy from the
Who
country
loves violence a
who
lot.
loves violence.
And
you
loves
came-
fighting people
You
a
came
lot.
to Baldur's Gate to seek your fortune, and you ended up in this cave. Just run with it. Come
By
on.
fighting people a lot.
And how did they end up a skeleton? I don't think this is gonna work.
They're gonna have a cloak on. It's dark. It'll be
Just-
fine. Yeah, just keep the hood down. That's what I do.
What god do I follow?
What god do you follow?
I'm a cultist, aren't I? That means I follow a god.
That's a good point.
These cultists probably have a specific god that they follow.
Oh.
Yeah, so Arias is gonna turn to Sal and be like, I noticed you follow Eldath. Perhaps you might recognize what cult they are?
He says, well, gosh, I hadn't even really looked. He looks a little bit closer at your disguise. Are you in fully disguised now,
Yes.
Nyla?
Yes.
He looks closely at your cloak, and he sees, well, they seem to have, they
Ooh.
have
that's
an interesting looking clasp. He kind of points at that. And let's have you roll religion again to see if anyone recognizes it.
Oh,
Oh,
dang!
nerd.
Another dirty 20, Jesus.
Nice.
Arias is just like, religions.
Arya, this is the symbol of the goddess Beshaba. Beshaba is a chaotic evil deity who is the sister to Timora. She is known as the Lady of Misfortune. She's associated with bad luck, with torture, with pain. Whereas her counterpart, her sister Timora, is associated with good luck and fortune, and they're two sides of the same coin, basically. If these cultists are aligned with Beshaba, that's bad news. That means they're probably doing some pretty hideous stuff to those captives.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
You can't just say shit like that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Beshaba, not good. Really not good. Oh boy, we need to go help.
Beshaba?
He says, "Oh, I don't like that at all. No, don't like that. Oh, that's not good." He says, "All right, well, I guess we should get tied up and get ready."
Okay, wait, no, I need to know. If I'm gonna pretend to be one of these acolytes, I need to know more. Nyla turns to Ariazes and she goes, I need to develop this character, so we're gonna have a very complicated...
Sassy's in the background like, what's my motivation?
Hey,
It's
hey,
evil.
Nyla, don't we still have somebody back in the cave, still alive?
Oh, God.
Yeah, we
You're
do.
right.
You guys have kind of forgotten about him, but you sure do. You sure do have a cultist.
Oh, and also we had
that's right.
We also let one
forgot about
escape
him.
last time, too, which could cause problems.
Uh-huh.
Yep, one.
That is true. He is still tied up. You're welcome.
Okay. Well, we need to go find that one. Somebody should keep watch, though, in case we hear someone coming, too.
Maybe you keep watch, because you're the one that's disguised as a cultist, and we can go in and tie ourselves up.
Okay,
Perfect
that sounds fair.
plan.
And interrogate. Presumably.
And interrogate, yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit.
So I'm gonna stand at the mouth of the cave and keep an eye out for
You know, since you have such attention to detail with your costume.
0 perception.
Oh, this is a great plan.
Uh-huh. Sassy, can you help her?
Sassy's like, what was my childhood like?
Oh, dear God. They're still...
Nyla and Sassy really get into this character motivation thing. We're gonna have a whole
You
conversation
know what? It's
about
fine.
this.
They can have their conversation. We need to talk to Culty Man.
Yeah.
All right, you walk back inside and you see the cultist who is still tied up. He was kind of struggling against his bonds, and then he stops when he sees you enter.
Hello.
Salvador's like, hi there. My name is Salvador Porter. These are my new best friends in the whole wide world, Ariazes and Selwyn Dwyer.
Yes, that's them. And I noticed from your shiny little pin that you seem to like Beshaba a whole lot, don't you?
The cultist doesn't say anything.
Okay. It was nice talking to you. Selwyn, your turn.
What are you and your fellow cultists doing with these people that you keep shipping off?
The cultist continues to not answer.
No.
No,
Sal looks aghast. Torture? Absolutely not.
You
did not hear that.
No. He'd probably like that. I'm pretty sure they get up on that.
That's not the point. We shouldn't be torturing people. Aria, that's not good.
I know, I was not in favor of it. I said he would like it too much.
Oh, goodness. We're really going to have to work on this violent streak of yours, Miss Ari.
I kind of crouch down and I just start pulling out like random bits of bone and like creepy things out of my pockets just to try to kind of intimidate him.
Okay, you can roll an intimidation check. No.
Yep, nope.
That didn't work. They're just like, okay, well, whatever.
This is a cultist. They know more about creepy shit than you do.
All right.
Sal, do you want to, Salvador? You want to give it a try?
He kind of seems confused. What do you mean? What should I try?
Asking
Convince
nicely
him to say something?
without violence, so you can show us how to act in the future.
Sal thinks for a minute. He kind of rubs his chin. He says, well, all right. He kneels down in front of the cultist, and he kind of stares thoughtfully into his eyes, and the cultist like kind of leans away, like, And Sal
I'm shoving
says,
all the stuff back in my pockets, by the way.
And Sal says, you know, it takes someone who's really hurting to join a cult of Beshaba, and then he hugs the cultist.
Ariazes is like really confused, like.
And then I guess this is a persuasion roll. I mean,
I'm so sad that I'm not there.
oh my.
Oh my god!
Just, he's never been hugged in his life, and he's like, oh god.
Oh my god!
Seeing as this is working, Ariazes just like that. Oh,
I
okay,
guess-
that's what I wanted to happen. I was going to kill him, but okay.
With a 24, I guess the cultist breaks down to tears.
My father never loved me.
It does take a lot of pain to join a cult of Beshaba. And Sal pats him on the back. He's like, there, it's okay. I'm here for you, my friend.
Ariazes just looks at Selwyn like, okay, that went well, too well.
God damn it, okay.
This is so good.
I did not intend for you to be able to get any information out of him, but okay, I guess.
Oh, your life sounds so hard, poor friend. Do you want to tell us about it? We like listening.
My father hit me when I was a boy.
Oh no, that's so sad.
And I got it confused in my head, you know? Like, I mixed up pain and love. And Salvador's like, I know, it's okay. I'm here for you now. By the grace
They're
of
there.
Eldath, you can be redeemed.
They're there. It's okay.
Yeah, Arias is gonna like lean down too, like,
You-
what kind of terrible things did they make you do to poor people?
They make us torture people.
Torture? Oh no.
Sometimes really little children, you know?
Oh.
Children
No.
are terrible. It's okay. You don't have to do that anymore.
And they make us kidnap them and send them to our satellite cult. He's like, he's
where do
ugly
they
crying.
send them? Do you know where this satellite
I
cult is?
pull out a handkerchief and give it to him.
He can't blow his nose, he's still tied up.
Tied up.
Oh,
yeah, we
okay.
should
So
untie him.
I kind of wipe his eyes and hold it to his nose like a little kid.
He blows his nose loudly, it's really gross.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's okay.
disgusting.
It's one of Sassy's handkerchiefs anyway.
Right, it's like Arias is moved back
Sassy
and
is
I'm
going
like,
to be
that's
so
gross."
upset with you
I
when
know.
she finds
That's
out.
the
He says, we have a satellite cult in Cormer, that's where the Exarch lives.
Oh, in Cormer. Oh, you poor baby. And Arias is like patting him on the back and on the head.
He says,
And
yeah.
then like looks at everyone else like, in Cormer.
He says, but the wagon that comes every day, that's only taken them to our and he starts crying really loudly. And so I was like, it's okay, my friend. And the Reaching Forest is they're taking them to the Reaching Forest.
Ariazi's ears prick at the word forest, like, the reaching forest. Okay.
Yes, you have heard of the Reaching Forest because you have that feat, right?
Yeah.
From being a wanderer. The Reaching Forest is about half a day each direction from Baldur's Gate. It's way down the River Chiantar. And I would like to know where, Nyla, does your family live specifically? Do they live... I know you said they lived along the River Chiantar,
yeah.
but the river is quite long.
It is long.
And the River Chiantar goes right through the Reaching Woods. So I'm trying to determine if you would be passing your family or if you would have to keep going.
Oh yeah, no, actually, so I had actually had her. I wanted her in between, like Triel and Scornia, like out near there.
Okay. So not far from where your family is.
Yes.
So you would know immediately what the Reaching Woods are. You probably have hunted in the Reaching Woods before. So yeah. Anything else you want to ask him?
How are you feeling? Are you okay now?
No, he's gonna be crying. He's gonna be crying for
whole
a
time.
while.
Okay, well, yeah. That's good. I think we got some good information.
Nyla shouts back, "What's going on back here? There's a lot of crying, and I'm just very concerned."
It's okay. He had a very rough childhood.
He had a rough.
Like, what?
We'll tell you in a minute.
Yeah.
Nyla looks at Sassy and it's just like, I don't know what to do with these people. I don't know how you manage it.
Salvador's probably thinking about this out loud. Like, I suppose I could perform an atonement on you. You really seem like you need an atonement. He says,
Hey, buddy. When does the cart come back?
he sniffles. He says, "It is running late. It's usually here a little after sundown."
Yeah.
And actually, while they're talking about this, Nyla, I would like you to roll perception.
Okay.
And I guess Sassy has to roll perception too, but that would be like a...
Great. Perfect. Since you guys are... Good job. Oh, wow, Nyla. Wow.
Okay. None of you notice anything.
Nyla's still bitching to Sassy about. I just can't believe these guys. They just go back there and we say, just torture someone, and then they go over
I
there and they start
know.
crying, and it's not the crying.
And
it's
suddenly
somebody
you hear
who's being
crying and it's not the
tortured.
good...
I know, they really should have just tortured him into giving answers. It seems like it would have
Thank
saved a
you,
lot of time.
Sassy, you and I are always in the same wavelength. Nyla does the finger guns thing.
By the way, the next time we're in a major metropolis, you're stealing me something for having to wear this awful cloak.
That's fine.
I'm thinking a ball gown. Do you think you can manage a ball gown?
Oh, Sassy. Nyla leans in with like this
Something
grin
3 times your
across her
size.
face. I can absolutely steal you a ball.
Exactly
We're gonna
the answer I wanted to hear.
Great.
Find the best ball gown. It's gonna be bright green.
I
or
think that we
purple.
should, like, Selwyn and I and
Oh.
Ariazi should be like, we probably don't have an hour. We could
Yeah,
probably
I
just go
don't know
chase
that we
after.
do, but
Yeah.
we could get his information and we could always
He could
reform it
help
later.
us. You want to come with us,
He
friend?
says, how about this? And he pats you on his lap. He's like, if you truly want to atone and return your gaze in the proper direction, then you just head on back to Baldur's Gate and you go find Father Simonson. Father Simonson, he serves at the Spires of the Morning, and he is going to atone you, all right? You go find Father Simonson. He will forgive you for all your trespasses, all right? And and he kind of sniffles like, okay, I will. Thank you. And he hugs Salvador again and starts wailing. And it's like Salvador's like, it's okay. It's okay.
Ariaz is gonna like cut his like bonds and like, okay, all right, let's go. Goodbye. Go now.
All right. And as you are discussing what kind of ball gown you are going to steal for Sassy, Nyla, you suddenly hear, hey!
Nyla sits up straight.
You are caught off guard.
Frantically looking around like the kind of person who knows they should have been paying attention but was not, in fact.
A man in similar robes to yours comes running up to you and he says, where are they? Did you kill them?
I did not kill them.
He glares
Friend?
at you. Why the hell not? We got word that you were under attack.
We were under attack.
And you didn't kill them?
I tried, but I am bad at my job.
Oh my god.
I always wanted to be something else.
Instead of a cultist.
The cultist kind of stares at you in confusion. Do we still have the captives or don't we?
We do. Yes, they are in the cave. They are in the cave!
I quickly tie a rope.
It's like, uh-oh.
So this
I think that
guy,
we hear that.
you were about to cut him out when this happened. And Salvador's like, oh, quickly. If you really want to atone for your sins, quickly tie us up, quick!
Quick,
And
please.
he says, oh, okay. He's like wiping the snot from his upper lip, and he hurriedly ties you up. Meanwhile, Nyla, you are still out front. He's like, how many do we have?
We have...
Why are you talking like that?
That is my normal voice.
I was dropping my head as a child.
Are you discriminating against me for my disability?
He says,
Ariaz,
it's like, listen, you know we get really good benefits at the Cult of Beshaba, and that it is illegal for us to discriminate based on, the protected...
The protected classes.
If Ariaz could hear this, she'd be like, bullshit.
The protected classes are rogue.
Oh, God.
Halfling
Anyway,
rogues,
are you gonna leave
specifically
us or-
halfling rogues.
Specifically halfling rogue with a speech impediment. Nana says, well, then you should know better. And she goes, follow me to our captives. And she begins walking back.
The guy...
Loudly.
Actually, before we do this, let's roll deception. Okay, 17 is a very good roll. And he says, all right, bring it back. There's no one. And you can hear, at this point, the rattling of a wagon slowly come through the forest. And you can hear another voice in the background like, are you sure? There were a lot of them. He says, listen, I'm looking at our fellow cultist right now. It's fine. There's no one here.
It was all just a misunderstanding. There was an attack, but we drove them off. They escaped. I say as we're walking back into the cave. I'm talking really loudly too.
Yes, you come around the cave just in time to see Ariazis, Salvador, and Selwyn all tied up, sitting in the middle of the cave, sort of like breathing heavily. You think from exertion of having to abruptly tie themselves up. The other cultist is nowhere to be seen, however.
Okay. How bad does that look in there? Like, did we cause like a huge mess and like all the like...
No, not in the first front of the cave. It actually looks pretty fine. If they go further into the cave, they'll see lots of, like cut bonds and an overturned table where things got knocked over. But in the first part of the cave, no, it still looks fine.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm like, step forward and I go, see, here are the prisoners, just as we discussed.
Didn't we have 20 yesterday?
We did. There was an earlier caravan, and it came and took the rest of them, but it left these 4.
He turns slowly to it. He says, what other caravan?
God damn it.
The other caravan. You don't know about the other caravan?
Roll Roll deception.
Out of character. I'm a prisoner. I can't help you.
Okay. He says, his expression falters and he says, well, the Exarch really doesn't tell me much.
Man. And Nyla like puts her like hand. She can't reach his shoulder probably, but actually can
his elbow. No, 3 feet tall, you can reach his elbow, not his shoulder though.
She has this like reassuring look on her face and she goes, man, they don't tell me anything either. I get it. The benefits are good,
I hate
but
that
sometimes
you had to roll a 15. So stupid.
God. Ariazi's is like eyeing Selwyn like, are we gonna die?
Nyla looks back at the prisoner.
I just give you kind of a concerned shrug. I don't know.
Get up, scum! You're going outside. Get up!
Salvador, who really wants to like help you out, goes, "Oh no, please don't take me." He's very, very bad at acting.
I don't take orders from halflings.
Ariazi's just
And
slowly gets
Sal
up
gasps and turns to you. He's like, "Selwyn, that's so rude. You really shouldn't discriminate like that."
Nyla gets this grin on her face, and she like pulls out her rapier, and she points at you. Get off the floor, scum!
I narrow my eyes, but I do get up, and then I'm suddenly towering over you.
That's fine. I still have a sword.
You don't have any armor on. You're a wizard. Salvador's still like, I had no idea you had such a problem with halflings, Selwyn. Like,
Ariazi's like nudges him and is
Sal,
like,
his wisdom is very, very high. His intellect, not quite as high.
not great.
All of you racists, get off the floor and march your way out to that way.
The other cultist is like, yeah,
that.
racists. We don't tolerate racism in the cult of Beshaba. We may torture children, but we are not racists.
You're not racist. She has like a hand to her heart like, oh, gracious. Being called racist like, oh, the nerve.
So Nyla didn't know that they torture children. So she gets this like horrified look on her face. And then like tries really hard to like hide it at the last minute, like, oh god. Torture. Like as you walk by Selwyn, like she gives you this look and she like mouths, they torture children.
I give her kind of a concerned nod.
Sassy, who has not been speaking, because if he raises his head, it's going to be a giveaway. But he cannot resist like chiming in. Yeah, racists, get on the cart.
Okay, we're going. Jeez,
as you guys go, Nyla's like poking you in the back with her sword.
Okay, stop that.
So this cart that is waiting for you, it is drawn by 2 horses. There's one cultist up at the front, and he says, "All right, well, the orders were for just the prisoners, so you guys can stay here and continue your job." And he smiles at you and at Sassy.
That's, yeah, great. We will do that. I give him like a giant thumbs up.
He says, "Okay, try to catch more than 5 this time. Yeah, the Exarch is getting really tetchy."
And my last performance review was really bad, so I'm here.
Same. The Exarch is such a bitch.
That's what I didn't want to say it, but you know what? You and I, man, we're kindred. You know what? Give me a fist bump.
He gives you a fist bump. You have bonded with a child torturer. Congratulations.
Ariazi's is just like, her mouth is just hanging open like, I cannot believe this.
Well, have fun torturing those prisoners. Nyla's like standing back with her arms crossed and is like giving you like a cheerful wave.
Sassy is like nervously looking between you and the cultist like, are we okay? She does not know the plan, clearly.
Like what?
And they load you up and they close the back of the I guess wagons could theoretically have like a hatch, like a truck hatch.
They could.
They slam it shut and they lock it, and then the cart rattles off.
Okay, wait. So Nyla,
tail us, man. You just left us.
Oh yeah. No. We're gonna tail it. And as soon as you guys disappear, or as soon as like you're out of earshot, like Nyla turns to Sassy and goes, "Okay, you better get ready to run."
Sassy's like, "I can't run. My delicate physique would be tarnished."
"You'll be fine." And she like throws her forward. So I'm gonna tear off my cultist cloak and put on my my stealth cloak.
Okay. You put back on your shadow cloak and you take off after the cart.
Yes.
This is going to be quite a long endurance run. The cart is going north. It is heading back toward the coast way, but instead of heading straight into Baldur's Gate, they sort of veer off to the east, and they start following the River Chiantar. Like, they can't take cultists directly into Baldur's Gate, prisoners directly into Baldur's Gate. That would raise some questions, you know? Like, someone would ask some kind of question about that. But they follow the coast of the River Chiantar, and there's no easy place to hide. Like, the closest you can get without them seeing you is probably, like, they're down on the embankment following the river, and you guys are, like, higher up, probably, like, disguised by some grass, I imagine.
Yeah, that sounds fair. I was hoping, is there no way that I could, like, because I'm pretty small. Well, I guess we can't fit Sassy on there. I was trying to, like, catch a ride on the cart in the back and then hop off.
Yeah, there's no way that they would not notice that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a small wagon, you know?
Oh, dang it. I thought it was one of those.
No, it's very, very small.
Okay. So yeah, I guess we're just trying to tail them and, like, hiding in the grass and, like, peeking over every once in a while.
All right. So yeah, you guys follow it. This is an endurance run. So you guys are really, really, really tired by the time you finally. This takes half a day. Like, it is way past dawn. It is almost the middle of the morning. You guys have not slept. And I would actually like both of you to roll plus con.
We dwarves are natural sprinters.
Yeah, you guys are fucking dying before long. You do pass perilously close to your village, Nyla.
And you're like, wait a minute. Shit, I know this place.
Yeah, that's pretty much it exactly. Like, there is and actually not that far after you pass your village, the cart rolls to a stop. So your family is literally within spitting distance of this very dangerous, torturous cult of Beshaba.
Nyla's looking around panicked, like she expects her family members to pop out at any moment.
No such luck. What you end up stopping outside is a very small, a dark temple. By the time you have reached this temple, it is now full daylight. Sal has been really whenever he goes anywhere, he has like this almost unquenchable desire to like sing songs, but he thinks like this is probably not the place to do that. So he's been sort of humming under his breath every couple of like.
And I've been kind of like elbowing him as best as I can, just like, hey, dude.
And like
not a pleasure trip.
After the third time you elbow him, he was just like, I'm so sorry. It's just this is so exciting. I haven't really been on an adventure with any friends before, and I'm just so happy to be doing this with you. And I'm so glad that we're all going to be saving people together. It's going to be so much fun.
Ixnay on the Aving say.
Sorry. I mean, woe is me.
Our guys is like doing in her head like the math, like okay, like trying to figure out like where they are based on like her knowledge of like geography. I'm like, okay, it's been about this long, and oh god, I think I know where we are.
Yeah, you know, you are following pretty closely the River Chiantar, so you have a very good idea. Like, you know that the next time you hit woods on this river, it will be the Reaching Woods. You know you're not far from the small city of Scornable. You know that you passed a really big city, which you identified as Elturel. You didn't go anywhere near it, of course, but you could see it on the cliffside. So you have a very, very good idea of where you are, yes. And you are dropped off in the very dark part of the Reaching Woods to the south of the river. And the trees are so dense here that you almost can't tell that it's day anymore. The cultists are opening the back latch, and they're like starting to drag you out. It says, all right, all of you get out.
You don't have to be so rude. I love the trees in this part of the
forest.
forest.
Woe is me, captured by the cult of Beshaba. Oh no.
Ariazi just like hops out and is like, Duskwoods, I love those trees. They're so pretty.
Now I should mention, you did, I imagine that the cultist who tied you had the foresight to do so with slip knots.
Yeah.
And yeah, you are just outside the temple, and you do not know where. Actually, you probably at least caught a glimpse briefly of maybe not Nyla, because Nyla's very good at hiding, but like it's hard to miss a skeleton.
Right.
Especially a winded one.
Yeah, you wouldn't think a skeleton would be capable of getting winded just based on like physiology, but no, Sassy looks like they are ready to fucking die. Again.
It's probably Sassy's joints are aching and just like, oh.
This is such a beautiful place for a really creepy temple of torturing.
Shut up! Get inside!
Okay, I will do that. I'm sorry for insulting you.
Salvador looks kind of nervous, like, are we sure we should go inside?
I'm hiding in the trees with Sassy, and we're just like, we're waiting for you guys to like do something. Like if you
Yeah,
If you want, like, I'm not trying to railroad you, I promise. I'm just saying, like, you don't know what's inside that temple.
Exactly.
yeah.
Arias just like looks at the other two like,
And the
I don't
cultist
wanna
is sitting
go in
there
the
staring at
temple.
you like, did you hear me? I said get in. Yeah, too late. Sal is already pulling
Good.
his hands out, and he's going to cast Inflict Wounds. on one of the
okay,
guys.
good. So Ariazis follows suit and is like, where is Lishuga?
and this
Where's
is-
my here's my staff.
And this is actually a touch spell, so he has to boop a cultist on the nose to cast Inflict Wounds. Boop. He's actually going to cast it at level 2. 16 is a hit, so that is... Oh, wow, that's quite a lot of damage.
Oh yes.
He knows what to do with it.
Oh, God!
Yay!
oh my god.
Sal
Suddenly.
did not realize his own strength. He's like, oh my gosh! Oh my god! The cultist drops him. He's like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. And I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Arias is like, okay, that's fine, thank you.
So the first cultist immediately drops to the floor covered in wounds, and Salvador is like, I did not realize how powerful that spell was. I am so sorry. And Selwyn, you are first up in the order.
Well,
Alrighty.
they're distracted. Go.
Please don't kill them. Please don't make the same mistake. Look, I'm gonna go help them. I'm gonna make sure they're not dying.
Oh my god. Ba-da-da-da. I guess I'm just gonna go with my Ray of Sickness again.
Yeah, 23 is a hit. Yeah.
Okay, so they take 2d8 con damage, or 2d8 poison damage, and make a con save.
Roll the damage first.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
There is a good chance that they will not have to. 8 damage. Okay, so no, you do not quite kill it. So he has to make a con save.
Yep.
That's not gonna do it. Okay, what? He's sick. He's poisoned now, right?
Yep.
Salvador's like, don't hurt them! Don't hurt them! Don't hurt them! Salvador, it is his turn. He's gonna rush toward the cultist that he accidentally just totally murdered. And he is going to cast Spare the Dying. So the cultist is now stable, but he is not conscious.
Oh
That's
lord.
fine.
He can say, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I did not mean to do that. It is now the cultist's turn. The cultist has about 40 feet between him and the door, and since he was just reduced to 1 hit point, he has just enough time to make it to the door. He could not open it, he had to use his full movement. Next up in the order is Nyla. Nyla, you are also about 40 feet away. You're kind of tucked into
And
the
hidden.
trees. And hidden, yes. They do not know you are
Okay.
here.
Okay. So I'm gonna step forward and I'm gonna take out my short bow
Okay.
and make an attack.
You have advantage because you are coming out of hiding.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's a hit. So, I mean, you can roll damage, but you really don't
But it
need
doesn't
to.
matter.
Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna bother.
If you roll more than a 1. Yeah.
Yes.
So suddenly, everyone, out of nowhere, an arrow appears in the neck of the cultist, and you hear him go, hack! And he collapses onto his side.
Oh,
Nyla steps out and she blows like her blows on the
Blows on what?
bow.
On the bow?
Yes.
on the bow, like, wow.
That's like, that's dumb.
Okay, it was cooler in my head. It didn't work out this time, but next time.
All of the running, deprived her brain of oxygen.
Look, this was a really cool thing to do. I don't want to hear the attitude from the rest of you.
Salvador,
yeah.
we are now out of initiative, and Salvador's like, oh no, oh no, oh no! And he runs over and he casts Spare the Dying on the other one, too. It's like,
Nyla looks at you too and she goes, is this gonna be every time?
I'm so sad.
Yeah, it seems like you didn't
I am
have to
so
deal with
sorry.
his singing.
I didn't have to. I'm
He
so
said,
sorry.
you know what? I don't want to hear from you guys. I ran the entire way here. And my legs are very short.
Sassy's like, I ran my feet off, and then she holds her feet up like, ran my feet off? Anyone?
Don't
Arias is just
encourage.
like,
Don't encourage.
I get it. Oh, it's so funny.
Oh,
Do you need me to fix that for you?
Sassy's like, yeah, I'll deal with it later. She throws her feet over her shoulders, like, whatever.
Oh my god, I grabbed the feet and I stuffed them in my bag.
Okay. we should
Sassy
probably-
wiggles the toes just to make
Ah.
you jump.
In the bag. Oh, gross. Are we going to go inside, or are we going to...
Salvador is
What are we
like
going
putting he's like tucking the cultists in the back of the wagon.
dear.
It's like,
Oh my god.
you're gonna be okay. You'll wake up in a few hours. Don't
Sal,
worry."
Sal, they'll be
I'm s-
fine.
I'm
Come on.
sorry.
Okay,
I'm
we
s-
can leave them.
I'm sorry. I just really don't like violence, and I did not realize how strong that spell was.
Nyla like looks back at the cart and she goes, "We can talk about benefits later, my man."
Yeah, apparently the cult of Beshaba gets great benefits.
Oh wow, who knew?
Yeah, right? Okay,
Okay,
so you are
so-
standing outside of this temple. It is a very tall, spindly temple. It is not quite as tall as the canopy of trees, but that's, the canopy it's got to be at least 50 to 80 feet in the air, so there's
So
not...
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I'm from around here. Do I do I know this area? Do I have any background with? Or
You,
is this
like-
a new?
Like I
I was
mentioned,
gonna say, does it look new or is it?
you have almost certainly been hunting in the Reaching Woods, just
Okay.
because there's a lot of game in this forest, and you've probably you have not been this deep into the Reaching Woods. However, this specific area of the Reaching Woods is not familiar to you, but if you needed to, you could definitely navigate your way out of here.
Okay. So I know the area, but not like this.
Not this specific clearing, no.
Okay.
Which
And there's
makes
no,
sense
like-
because the cultists aren't going to put their cult temple in like the obvious spot, right?
Just on the side of the road, like, hey guys, exit here.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
So this temple is very tall and spindly, and it is so well shaded by the canopy overhead that it looks like it is nighttime. And now that the fighting is over and you are all listening a little bit better, you can hear screaming coming from inside this temple.
Good.
Oh, that actually does sound like exactly what they do. It's very on brand.
Sal mutters a quick prayer to Eldath.
I
Well, this is
think
gonna
if
be
we want to
upsetting.
help them, we have to go inside.
Are there
Yeah.
are there any windows? Is there any way we could get like a look inside without?
There are a couple windows. They're the tall, sort of narrow arrow slit style windows. You could not get through, but you could look inside.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do that.
I give you a boost.
Short. The joke is you're short. You are short.
Nyla's like, all y'all are racists.
You know what? I did not appreciate that joke last time.
I can drop you. I can drop you on your ass.
Sassy is now like
Just
walking.
like a racist.
Sassy's now walking on his ankles and being like, it's just like walking in stilettos, and just sort of, traipsing back and forth in the background. So you boost Nyla up. Nyla, I would like you to make a quick con save for me, if you don't mind.
What?
Ew.
Oh.
Yeah, 9 is not good enough. What you see makes you physically nauseous, and with a 9, you probably barf a little bit. So, it's like that gif of the dead dove, like a bag that says, "Dead dove, do not eat," and then you open the bag and it's like, I don't know
And
what I was
what did you expect?
expecting. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, a cult of Beshaba, which is famous for being torturers, what were you expecting? It's full of people being tortured. There are people strung up on racks. There are people who are suspended over pits of hot coals. There is a particularly grisly scene where someone, it looks like they had their entire knees just shattered, and they are currently strung up on the rack. It is horrifying, and it is very Beshaba. It is exactly what you expected.
Ariaz is like, I don't know why you wanted to look. What did you expect?
To get
See,
an
there's-
idea of their numbers.
Yes.
Any information? Yeah, I
So
was gonna
right
say.
now, most of the people in this main room are victims. They are not torturers. However, you do see one particular torturer wearing a very strange headdress that looks like deer antlers, which is that's the symbol of Beshaba, is the black antlers. So you think it's probably a ritualistic headdress of some kind. They are kind of walking the long aisle between all these horrific torture instruments, sort of like overseeing and occasionally interfering, adjusting something.
But just the one. So for what I
Just the
can
one in this first room, yes.
see. Okay. Okay. So as I clean up vomit from
Ugh.
You are still a little queasy. It probably didn't help that you just ran like 100 miles.
I know.
No.
God.
That's I think Edwin, so like Nyla throws up and then she's like, it's fine. I think torture is fine. And so it's not that, it's just I've had a long day and I'm just not feeling well.
Torture's fine.
Yeah,
not-
Ariaz is like, wait, back up. What?
Salvador's like, torture's not fun, Nyla. It's okay if you have a little trouble seeing it.
It is not. I am fine.
Salvador,
Anyways.
Salvador opens his arms for him, like, apparently like a magic hug that like he can just convince anyone of anything. He's like, you want to hug it out?
Maybe later, Sal. Thanks for the
It's
offer.
okay to be hurting, Nyla. And he pulls you into a big hug.
Dear God.
Oh,
It's
God.
okay to be hurting.
Ariaz is like covering her mouth, like trying not to laugh hysterically.
It's okay to cry.
I think Nyla, like, she's like sitting there and she has this frown on her face, but she has like this momentary softening in her heart, and she's
Aw.
like, and she like shakes it off and she's like, it's fine. Anyways, Even though I am strong of stomach and wind, I do think we should probably rescue these people. That's not a thing I would normally say, but
Of course we should rescue these people, Nyla. They are being tortured
why we
and they need our
came.
help.
That is why we came.
Nyla like winks. That's why we came. Finger guns.
Oh dear.
So what is the night? So the layout is it's a big open pit with a dude walking up and down the middle, right?
Well, this first layer is just this big open hallway. You can
Okay.
see, well, you're not looking anymore. You saw a bunch of pews that were pushed into various corners and walls and stacked on top of each other. So you think at one point it was used for like ritualistic. Maybe it even belonged to a different god. It is not out of the purview of the cult of Beshaba to like take over other temples
Like, hey, look,
violently.
there's something here. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Okay,
did
so I-
see doors to different rooms, and you could hear there were more subtle sounds that you couldn't quite make out over, all of the screaming.
Oh yeah, screaming. That sounds fair.
Okay. So I turn to the rest of the group and I'm like, so there's a big open area and there's a bunch of people being tortured, obviously, and there's one person walking up and down the middle. There's doors leading out. I think we need a game plan, and the game plan needs to include Sal cannot heal everyone.
That
before
I
we-
agree with that. Yes, no healing.
No, I won't heal them, but at least I just don't think we should be adding to the misery of this place, by killing more people. I think it's perfectly fair if, after you violently assault them, that I should be able to cast Spare the Dying, just to make sure they don't die, because I don't want to kill anyone. I don't want to kill anyone.
How many spell
Okay,
slots?
we will
I
keep
can
that in mind.
stabilize some of them with
Spare the Dying is a
medicine
cantrip.
skills.
That was a cantrip.
Oh, it
Okay,
is a
never
cantrip?
mind.
Okay.
He says, I cannot stress this enough. I do not want to kill anyone.
Yeah, we got that the first time. We will try.
And I don't want y'all killing anyone either. Killing, it takes away a piece of your soul. And if you keep doing it, there's not going to be a lot left eventually.
I haven't found that to be the case, but you know what? You test your theory, I'll test mine, and we're gonna have we'll
I
figure it out at
prefer
the end.
finding dead things to making.
Are we going to go in?
We're going in, but we should try to sneak in.
Sal says,
I
well, they're
agree.
expecting a delivery, aren't they? Maybe we could, I don't generally advocate lying, but these are torturers, so that might be okay.
Nyla has already pulled out her cultist cloak and put it back on.
Oh, okay, that's okay. Like, just watching you in confusion. Why don't you just poke your head in and ask for someone's help to get all these victims out, and then once
Yeah.
he comes outside, we can just, not kill him. Not
Bop
kill
him on
him.
the head.
That's the one. You're the one with the robe, so you should go.
Okay.
Cannot stress enough, Nyla, do not kill him.
Yes.
Eldath
Yes.
is watching your actions, Miss Me. She is watching you.
So are you going to poke your head in or what?
Nyla adjusts her cloak and shudders and opens the door.
You open the door, and it is not easy to see up close either. The screaming suddenly gets a whole lot louder, and now you can smell the very particular aroma of blood and vomit and excrement. And yeah, it is not easy on you, especially since you just vomited. It's hard.
Oh god.
Gross.
Nyla turns queasy and she covers her mouth. Does the torture guy notice me yet?
Not quite. No, you've just opened the door, so.
Okay, I guess I open a little further and I go, hey, can I get some help out here? I've got some prisoners and I need some help bringing them in.
The torturer turns around. He's the one with the big antler headdress, and he says, "You're late." But he does come stalking across the room to help you, and he pokes his head out the door. Ariazis, you are first up.
She's going to cast Entangle, and grasping weeds are gonna go around this dude. He's like, what the fuck?
Okay, he is one out the door. What does he have to do? A dex save? I don't remember exactly how Entangle works.
They had a strength saving throw, or they're restrained.
A strength saving throw. Let me double check. A 2 is not going to do it. So the cultist is entangled. Anything else you want to do on your turn, Ariazis? Anything else you can?
Boop him on the nose.
Salvador says, I'm so proud of you for not immediately jumping to kill him. This
No,
is
I'm
good.
going to kill him later, depending on his information.
No,
but
no,
next.
please don't kill him, Ariazis. Please don't kill him. We need him.
Do we though? Do we?
Yes, well, no, we don't need him, but that's not the point.
Okay, that's what I
He
thought.
does not need to justify his ability to live, is my point. And next
Disagree.
up in the order is Selwyn. He's already restrained.
All right, I'm going to use suggestion.
Okay. He has to make is that a charm technically?
It's a wisdom saving throw. It is charm. Yeah.
Okay, so he has advantage on this. Wisdom +0. So a 12. Does a 12 beat your?
No.
It does not. Okay.
It's not.
All right. So you have successfully cast suggestion. What do you want to suggest?
Okay, I want to suggest that he stays silently out here.
How long does suggestion last?
Up to 8 hours. It's a concentration spell.
Okay. You suggest that he stays silently out here, and Salvador, he like puts a hand over his chest. He's like, "I'm clearly having a very good influence on y'all. I'm just so proud. I'm so proud you found a peaceful solution to this so far.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
so
like,
happy."
don't worry, we'll come back and kill you.
Nyla rolls her eyes
He said,
aggressively.
"No, we won't. We won't kill him, Ariazis, because that's not nice. We'll turn him into the proper authorities, where he can seek judgment."
Turn him into a
We'll
tree. Okay.
definitely kill you.
No, we will not. We will. And he's assuring the cultist, like, "We will not kill you. Don't you worry." He said, "Okay, let's go inside."
Okay, so we tie him up and do we throw him? Are we just gonna create a giant wagon full of cultist prisoners?
Yeah,
So would love
a
that.
nice pillow for him.
Yeah. So it's like, see, look at all the people we have not killed.
It's great. If they're all in one place, we can set them on fire more easily.
That's
Later.
No, let's not do that, please.
We'll
please,
talk about that
Please
later.
don't joke about murder.
Toss him in the wagon.
Who says I'm joking? Nyla walks into the building.
Nyla and Salvador follows you.
Yep, and we all enter.
You all enter. So yes, being in this room is about as horrible as possible. The screaming is what gets you more than anything. And Salvador, he almost vomits. Actually, I think I'll roll con for Sal.
Yeah, it's like roll con for that. Yeah, we should all just be like, "Ugh."
Nope.
Okay.
Yep, he vomits a little bit. He manages to stick his head out the door again, like, "Oh my god, this is horrible. This is the worst thing I've ever seen." I think. I mean, I don't know. I've seen a lot, but... So, Arya, you are the only one who manages to stifle the barf instinct. And that is barely. Like, you can barely. This is...
She's like,
this is horrible. This is absolutely disgusting. And Salvador, at the moment, he's, like, recovered. He immediately goes and he frees the first person he sees.
and which one is that?
Okay.
It is a woman who is strung up on a rack. And he immediately, he pulls it. It takes him a minute because he's never fucking used an instrument of torture before.
Right,
but
like,
he's, how do I do this? I think it's like this. And he pulls
We'll try to
out
help
the mount.
him. Yeah, get
Yeah.
her free.
So she collapses.
There's a lot of people in this room, and we've got to clear the rest of this place out before we...
Oh, maybe she can help us.
Well,
Also, she
she's
looks very alive right now.
well, she doesn't look very alive. She looks alive.
Yeah.
She would not call her vivacious at this particular moment.
Right,
The
exactly.
moment she is freed, she collapses into the first person, which is Sal. He was right there. And he catches her. He's like, "It's all right. You are free now. We are going to find a way to get you out. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about a thing, ma'am." And he says, "Quickly, go help the others."
No, we do not have time for that, Sal.
But these people are hurting. We need to help them.
And some of them
We
are in
will.
half.
We will definitely help them. Absolutely. After we clear out the rest of this place.
There are 2 doors, I notice.
We can't alert other people. Think of all the people that will get hurt if we don't take care of this quickly. There are other people who are in this temple who are hurting.
As you are saying that, Nyla, from underneath you somewhere, you hear what sounds like a roar.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
Does anybody recognize it? The sound?
You can roll nature if you would like. And Selwyn rolls higher than you, lol.
Oh my god, I was like 17. I was like, okay, that's a good roll. That is a good roll. So,
With your 17, Selwyn, that is a manticore.
oh dear.
They've got a manticore.
Oh.
A manticore?
Yes, a
Yep.
manticore.
What kind of
Okay.
nonsense is that?
Well, with your 17, Selwyn, a manticore is sentient. Technically, they actually prefer to align themselves with evil people and evil organizations, as long as that organization can provide them with a steady diet of human flesh.
That explains a lot.
I share the horrible, horrible information.
Sal looks a little queasy again, but he's like, "Oh, don't throw up again. Don't throw up again." He says,
Okay, so the question remains: there's creepy thing down there, and
yes, you have 2 doors. You have one on the far side of the temple, and you have one on the left side of the temple, which is ajar.
Nyla's looking unhappy and she's like, wait a minute, before we just go... What are we doing? What is the purpose?
We gotta help these people, Nyla.
Saving people.
Okay.
Alrighty.
without fighting a manticore.
But this is important. What if the manticore's hurting someone, Nyla? We gotta step in and help them, don't we?
It's
can
true. It's
do-
not the manticore's fault it likes to eat people.
Exactly. Thank you, Ariazis.
Oh
Well,
no!
I'm not on
Oh.
your side. I'm on the manticore's side, not your side.
No, I'm also on the
Nyla-
manticore side. I think if at all possible, we should not kill it, of course, because killing is bad.
Nyla looks at Selwyn and is like, "Please help."
I don't want to fight one either.
Thank you.
But it's important because it could be hurting people. We gotta save them. You wouldn't leave all these people to die, would you, Nyla?
Do you really want to know the answer to that question?
I think, yeah, better not.
Just
Better
leave
not
that.
ask that.
But this is
Just leave
important.
it at
You don't seem like a very bad person to me, Nyla, and I think if you search deep in your brave little halfling
Oh,
heart,
boy.
that you will find that you cannot just leave these people here like this. You are too good of a person, and you would not let that happen. Is that right?
Ariazis loses the battle and throws up right there.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, Ariazis, are you okay?
this is not a great smell.
It's really not. That's why we should get moving. Oh,
He says, "Oh, okay. Where should we go first? Let's do try to be quick because we don't want to leave these people being on the tortured rack and nothing."
Nyla looks at Sal and is like, "Okay, you just have to tell me one thing.
Yes.
If we kill this manticore, will you go back with us to Baldur's Gate? See your father."
Roll insight for me, Nyla. With an 11, well, he hesitates to answer your question, first of all. And with an 11, you can see that there is something and there is something about this answer that he does not want to divulge to you. He says, well, I mean, I suppose I would have to go back to Baldur's Gate at some point. That is true.
it doesn't have to be immediate, but first we need to go into the temple.
It does need to be immediately after we kill this manticore.
Oh, we don't have to kill it, he
Nyla,
says
We
again.
don't have to.
Nyla looks thoughtful and she looks away though. I guess we're gonna sneak up. We'll talk about it later. with the
So you've
group
got two
later.
doors, one to the side that is ajar, one closed on the far side of the room. And you also
I
have
hold
like
the
about
door ajar.
you also have about like 15 people who are being actively tortured directly in front of your eyes. That too.
Oh, they're being actively. We should at least stop them from being actively tortured.
That's what Sal was trying to do, but you were like, "No, we don't have time."
I'm still very concerned about it. Okay, I think Nyla's gonna look at Selwyn and Ariazes and be like, "I'm going to sneak over to that door. If you guys can quietly, at least stop the torture, I'll see if I can figure out if there's something in there that's gonna threaten us."
Salvador's like,
We'll
yes,
try
yes,
to
yes,
figure
I can
out
do
how
that.
this
I want.
works,
Like
okay.
he has been waiting for permission to do this. He immediately races over to the one that's suspended over hot coals and helps them down.
So I'm gonna throw my hood up and I'm gonna sneak over to the open door.
Okay.
We'll try to help Sal, figure out what
Yeah.
the fuck these contraptions are and how they work.
So you head over to the door. What do you want to do once you are at the door?
I just want to poke my head in and see if I can I'm being really careful.
Okay, you poke your head inside, and so far as you can tell, it is empty. There is a desk with a couple papers stacked on it. I guess this must be like the business end of the torturing cult of Beshaba. There are several books stacked up against the like an inset bookshelf.
It's when the benefits really kick in.
Yeah, this is the HR department.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
And how did you feel about after today's torture?
There is a chair that is sort of facing away from the desk, and a bunch of papers stacked on top of the desk.
Okay, can I look at the papers? Like what? Do I
Yeah.
see anything of relevance?
Yes, so there are a whole bunch of papers. Most of it is arcane notes. Roll plus Arcana to see if you understand what the notes are saying. With a 12, the most you can discern about these arcane notes is that they were probably written by a warlock. A warlock, you'd have to guess a warlock usually has a patron, and you're gonna guess probably Beshaba. Like just a wild guess, probably a
Wow,
warlock is
randomly.
Beshaba. And then off to the side, which is the closest to the front of the desk, you see a letter. And I will copy and paste it so you can read along with me, and I will also read it out loud because this is a podcast. Walders. I've attached a transcript of the prophet's notes with the letter to drive home how useless the whole process of kidnapping him ended up being. No one had the foresight to capture a diviner who doesn't speak in riddles and nonsense, I suppose. If you can make anything of it, let me know. We're not getting any more out of him in any case since he stabbed his own eyes out. Long story. In the meantime, she has still not moved or shown any signs of moving. The Exarch wants us to ramp up the sacrifices because it's all we can do, and until something changes, our warlocks are useless and our entire cause has come to a screeching halt. Send over children if you have them. If you don't have them, find them and send them over. Keep up what you're doing at Reaching, of course, but we have more resources here at Hullock than the Exarch thinks will achieve better results specifically with children. The Exarch is getting anxious and impatient, and so am I. We're missing something and I don't like it. Whatever's wrong with her, it's our duty to fix it, and so far we are fucking it up. Signed, Podrin. And that is the first page, and the second page after that is a different type of paper written in a different handwriting. It is scrawled as if written in a frenzy.
Yike.
I'm not going to read all of this, but I will summarize it for our listeners. It is, she sees the break, she sees the break, she knows the truth, she knows the truth, written over and over and over again for a very long time, followed by, she sees the nature of the lie, she is learning what it means to be nothing, and then nothing is repeated several times, until the end of the page, which it becomes mostly indecipherable because the latter quarter of the page is covered in dried blood.
Nyla had been touching the pages, but she's doing that thing with, like, she has it, like, between one forefinger and her...
Yeah, like, just touching it as much as I absolutely have to.
Yeah, like, looking repulsed, like, oh, gosh. So is there anything else in the room?
There are a whole bunch of books. They look like they're Arcana related. If you had to take a wild guess, probably more warlocky than anything, because, you know, it's a cult that worships something, and if there's any magic users in a cult, they're probably warlocks.
That's fair. Okay, I'm gonna look back out and see where you guys are with your progress on freeing tortured people.
By now, you've probably managed to get about 6 or 7 people off various racks. And you can see the people that are being tortured are, like, noticing you now, and they are also being very, very quiet because they do not want to interrupt, they do not want to draw any attention, they just want you to keep going and please help me next.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
So Nyla will, like, quietly, like, go over to Arias and Selwyn and be like, there's some sort of wizard shit in there, and also you should read these creepy letters I found.
I guess I take it first.
Yeah, you're like, okay, that's me.
So you read over the what did you hand to her? The letters or?
So no, I think I just let him into the room and.
Okay, Selwyn is the wizard, so she'd know most about the magic. The magic situation. So Ariazes and Sal are going to keep helping people down.
Yeah, like Ariazes would be like, I don't know.
So Selwyn, look over all the accrued notes on Arcana and roll Arcana with advantage to see what you can glean.
Okay, so that's a 16 or a 19.
A 19 then. With a 19, it takes you a minute to decipher, like, this is a lot of notes, and you're a wizard, you're not a warlock. But, you know, in the end, Draconic is Draconic, it's all sort of the same, it's all magic. And you realize these notes are quite arcane. They are on the nature of magic itself. It seems like they are trying to figure out why they cannot cast magic. Like, what specifically about the nature of magic is preventing them from being able to cast it.
Can't warlocks use magic?
They can. They sure can. Warlocks get their magic from their patron. In this case, probably, you'd guess, Beshaba.
Huh.
It seems like something is preventing them from being able to cast magic. And they are trying to figure out, through arcane magical study, what exactly it is.
Huh. That's really, really, really bizarre.
It sure is. That is very strange.
You're gonna share with the class, or rather, Nyla.
You know what? I'm gonna make a point here. So it's just Val. It's just Selwyn and Nyla in this room, right?
Yes, for now.
Okay.
Yeah, Arias is like, I don't know what about that magic stuff. Goodbye.
Yeah. So, do you share, Selwyn, what you discovered from the letters?
Yeah, I'm probably, like, translating this under my breath.
So Nyla shows you the letters, the other ones that she found, the ones covered in blood.
Ugh.
Well, only the second one is covered in blood. The first one seems like a very normal letter. Well, I mean, it talks about torturing children.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
But it's actually in letter format.
yeah.
So as you finish it, Val, or Selwyn, Nyla, like, looks up at you and goes, I think we should probably not tell Sal about
Specifically, which part of this do you think we shouldn't?
the children.
I mean, we already did know that they were...
Yes, but I am concerned that if Sal sees this, he is not going back to Baldur's Gate with us, and we are not getting our money. And we all know the reason why we're here.
You're not at all concerned about this.
What? The
I
money?
mean-
I am concerned about the money.
I mean, they're children. You're not at all concerned about that?
I will admit, I do not like the idea of dead children. It makes me uncomfortable. But
I mean, like, I'm a necromancer. I agree with you. I don't like dead children.
just all around, it's just an icky thought. But the thing is, I also really want to get my goal. We can go back. We can drop drop Sal back at Baldur's Gate, and then we can come back and see if there's money to be had in saving children.
Have you ever considered that maybe we'll get more money saving the children with Sal to then vouch for us?
Mm-hmm.
No, what are you talking about? Who? Where are we getting this hypothetical money?
Father, anybody in Baldur's Gate that
Why would they
had
care about children they don't know about?
Some people are genuinely decent people.
The issue is that, like, if there are children in this temple, we will rescue those children. But what about the children, like the future children? See where I'm going with this?
Not really, no.
It's almost like it's a bad point.
Look, Nyla, I mean, fine, we don't have to tell him right away, but, like, come on. Have a heart.
I do, but also I need some money to, like, have a house. And there's this really nice dress I've been thinking about buying. I think it'll go
Oh,
really
come on,
well.
you're not going to buy the damn dress, we know that.
I'm going to think about buying the dress.
At
and then
this
I'm gonna
point,
steal it anyway.
Ariasis and
Yeah.
Salvador have finished getting everyone down. All the victims are huddled against the wall, shaking and sobbing, and they do not know where to go or even what to do. Many of them can't walk.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sal, you can see like the instinct in Sal's eyes, like heal every single one of them and hug them until they feel better.
Ariazi's like puts a hand on him and is like, no, we got them down. That's good.
This is
You-
I don't
not
have enough
healing. We
spell
need to go
slots
find
anyway."
friends.
We can let them take the cart. You know, take the cultists off the cart. Let them take the cart.
Well, you
Whoever's-
can't talk to them, but they're in a different room. But you can.
Yeah.
He's pretty much going through the same process. He's like, oh, you can get
Yeah.
in the cart. They've got.
They
there-
can't
oh,
drive
God.
the
You know what?
cart because
Here's a
they can't
question.
move.
Are there any halflings in there?
Yeah, they're probably statistically there probably would be some halflings.
Yeah,
yes.
there should be.
Mhm.
Ah, shit.
It's a diverse
So I
cross
guess we should
section.
go over to you guys and be like, "We're done. What are you doing?" In
So
this
I
room?"
think Nyla like stops and she like hisses. And she's like, "We'll talk about this later. Just let's leave it alone right now." And she pockets the letters.
Right at that moment, Sal and Ariazis come over and they're like, "All right, we got them all out. Oh, this is real bad, you guys."
Did you find in here?
There's lots of warlocks and how they can't cast, and that's just weird.
They can't use magic. What?
Yeah.
So
I
many
know.
papers. It's so many papers. We should really move on. We should really go further into this temple and rescue more people.
Yeah, there might be more people downstairs. It sounds like there's something below us.
Yep, where we heard the manticore.
Oh, oh gosh.
Okay. Nyla starts walking towards the other door.
There's another door.
Um,
Let's check that out first.
I'd like to say that I took some of the notes because, like, that's just too weird a riddle for me to just leave.
Okay, you took some of the arcane notes?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
And I've
you can
got-
mark that down.
I am always down for a puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't you have a it's been a while since I've looked at your character sheet. Don't you have like a researcher feat
I do.
where you can ask someone?
Yep.
Okay.
I can
or-
either ask somebody or I know where to
like
find
a
the
library or
information.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I like that.
you'd probably know someone in Candlekeep. Like I'll think on it if you want to
Yep.
go down that route. Okay. So yes, you go to the other door. The door that is closed, and you pull it open. How do you want to tackle this? It is a staircase going down.
Do we hear noises or anything else?
Yeah,
further?
you can hear the manticore better now. It is growling, and you can hear the growling echoing up the very tight curved stairwell.
Is it like an unlit corridor?
It is, well, it's not a corridor, it's a stairwell. And
stairwell.
the stairwell is not lit, but you can see light at the bottom of the stairwell, so there's probably something going on.
Who has dark vision?
Sounds like
I do.
Hey, twins!
Ariana's just like, oh, me too. Okay, great. So whoever doesn't can go in the back.
Do
Yeah,
do
but she's the
halflings have dark
sneakiest.
vision, Nala?
They do not. No.
Yeah, okay, so
Okay,
you can
well,
go in the back. Goodbye.
Just keep close to me. I'll make sure you don't run into nothing.
You can stay next to Sal. Great.
Worst thing that's ever happened to me.
It's okay, we're friends now. And he hugs you.
Oh god. Oh, this is just my entire life now. Okay.
Yep,
That's
it sure
thanks.
is.
So you head down the stairs?
Yes, but like stealthily, or at least for me, I'm gonna be like sneaky about it.
Oh yeah,
Roll-
I'm
roll-
definitely
roll
gonna
Try
do
to stealth. We'll see. Yeah.
Roll for stealth.
We'll
Okay,
see
I
what
was,
happens.
I was
Are we
asking,
all
like, roll
rolling for
for
stealth?
what? A 13 is perfectly adequate. In fact, all of your rolls are perfectly adequate, except that 8, but you got to re-roll it.
Ooh, yeah. That
So yes, you
bad.
successfully sneak to the bottom of the staircase, and here is what you see. It is a very large, it's obviously a cellar. You're really far underground now. And in the center of this cellar is a carved out pit with a cage over the top of it. If you can imagine, like a dome of wire and metal. And underneath that dome of wire and metal in this pit is the manticore pacing back and forth. And you can see what used to be people scattered all around his cage, bloody fragments of bones and sinews sticking up in the dirt at odd angles. And chained all around the walls are about 15 more people. They are all seem to be waiting their turn. And you can see on the far end there are 2 cultists who are unshackling one of the people. And it looks like that person's up next for the manticore. They are on the far side of this room.
Oh shit.
What is far side defined as?
It
How
is.
far?
It is about 80 feet away.
Cool.
It's a big room.
I have chill touch, which has a range of 120 feet.
Yeah,
Which I
you
could
could.
use on one of them.
You could cast
Yeah, I was
that.
like, I have something.
We'd have to jump back into initiative, but you could do
I know,
that.
that's right. I was like, I don't know. Do you want to roll or the same one?
Oh,
I
just,
think
we'll just use the
we
same
should
one.
get a sneak attack in here if we can.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Which is, I
Yeah,
can,
we need
I
to.
can
We
do
should.
that.
We should take advantage of this. So if we're still in
Yeah.
the shadows, we should definitely do it now.
Yeah, I'd like to take advantage of that cover.
Lila
Definitely.
hisses and she's like, "We need to make sure they don't let out the manticore." So
Yep.
whatever
Okay.
you do, don't let them let out the manticore.
I know, I want to talk to it.
No,
Yes, shut up.
fire.
Let them cast the spell.
Nyla's gonna pull out her short bow.
Yeah. No. I've got the chill touch, and I want to do that because that.
Well, you can only have one surprise round, so you're gonna have to pick between the short bow and the chill touch.
Mm,
I'm gonna get sneak attack damage.
That's true. She would get sneak attack damage.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
So
Go
you should
ahead.
let me do it.
okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's a nat 20! All right. So yes, not only do you get sneak attack damage, you get double damage. So roll your weapon damage twice and your sneak attack damage twice.
Oh jeez.
Woohoo!
So 7 plus 14 is enough to kill that cultist. You
Shoo.
you catch that cultist right in the throat, and Sal's like, "No, don't kill him! Don't kill him!" And we
I
are
don't know what you want me to do.
we are back in initiative order. And next up is Salvador. It is Salvador's turn. So he is going to rush forward and try to cast Spare the Dying on the cultist with the arrow in his neck.
Okay.
And he can't get there the whole way on this first turn, so he's about halfway across, and he's like, "Don't worry, I'll save your friend," which must be very confusing for the other cultist.
They're like, what? Someone just shot. Okay.
The cultist, alarmed, seeing his friend die and then a cleric run over at them screaming, is going to let out the manticore.
Good.
Dang
The
it.
manticore has joined the initiative order.
Dang it.
Good.
Oh no.
And fucking tastic.
What did I say? Don't let out the manticore.
Next up in the order is Nyla. The manticore has not left its cage yet, but it is probably gonna.
How? So wait, could I lock the cage again?
Not on this turn. You couldn't. You're too far away.
Yeah, too
Okay.
far.
It's not like cutting a rope with an arrow like
Yeah, you
Robin
were,
Hood.
like, 100 feet away at
I
least.
was gonna try to use mage hand and slam it shut or something.
What's the range on
What's
that?
the range on Mage Hand?
30 feet.
Nope.
Yeah, I was
you're
like,
too
it's
far.
not that far.
You are
What
you
if
are
I-
80 feet away.
I'm 80 feet. So even if I run up, what's my?
Yeah.
That would
what's my
take. That would
movement?
take. Well, you could have to spend your whole turn getting close enough to cast it, but then you wouldn't have time to cast it.
Dang. Okay.
It's almost like I designed this fight for you to have to fight the manticore.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. Okay, where's the cultist is 80 feet away?
The cultist is 80 feet away, and he just unlocked
Okay.
the door. Yes.
I'm gonna take another short bow attack at him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. You no longer have advantage.
Just would have an advantage, yeah.
Yeah, because like he saw.
But a 15 is a hit, so go ahead and roll damage. Nat
Nice.
1 on the d6. That's fine. So he takes an arrow to the shoulder. All right. Noted that
And
down.
then I'm gonna use a bonus action to try to hide.
Okay. So you
Sweet.
successfully duck into the shadows again. There's
Okay.
the whole outer perimeter of the room is sort of shadowy with the way the walls are bowed. So yeah, you have no trouble ducking into the shadows. Next up in the order is Ariazis. You are about 80 feet away.
I am. All right, so I'm going to cast Moonbeam, which has a 120 feet range.
That is
On
more than
this.
enough space.
Exactly.
And
I
Moonbeam is
need-
a concentration spell, correct?
Yes, yes, it's concentration, and I need the cultist to make a concentration. A con save.
Con save. His con is plus 0, so it's just a 1d20. 17, I think, beats your. Yeah, probably beats your.
Beats my what?
He beats your spell save DC. I think it's
Oh
like
yeah,
13.
for sure.
So he
Yeah,
takes
it's
half
13.
damage, I believe.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so 1d10. And you can maintain
And then
that.
after that, I'm going to use my bonus action to wild shape into a giant spider and clamber up the walls.
Is wild shape concentration? I think because I think Moonbeam is Moonbeam.
You can concentrate while you're wild shaped.
You can concentrate. Okay.
Yes. Okay,
I've
so
never
I'm
played a
rolling,
druid before, so I'm taking you at your word.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've been researching. Yes, so I can do a concentration spell. So I'm rolling.
Although
was it
I
five?
should play a druid. Druids seem fun. He's dead. You killed the cultist.
Okay.
The Moonbeam is still active though, and that might be handy versus the Manticore.
Right. So.
Next up in the order is Selwyn.
Okay, so there's no more cultists, just the Manticore?
Yep, but you are still 80 feet away.
Okay. I am gonna smack myself with false life and give myself an extra 1d4 plus 4 temporary hit points.
Hey,
All right.
smart.
Add that to
Nice.
your current hit points.
Yep.
Next up in the order is Salvador. Salvador's gonna cast Spare the Dying on the cultist. This. Listen, you get a healer, which is great. Like, you need a healer. But if he sees someone die, he's gonna cast Spare the Dying on them.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's his turn. Next up, not the cultist. Next up is the Manticore. The Manticore, seeing the door swing open, growls and crashes through the door. The door goes flying off its hinges the moment it leaps through. It is size classified large, so it is about 8 feet long. And it has huge dragon wings, and it is absolutely fucking terrifying. And you can see its beady yellow eyes are scanning the walls as if it's trying to decide which snack should I have first.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one that it dives for is one of the trapped victims, and who starts to scream. Next up in the order is Nyla.
Well, shit.
Indeed.
Is it actually gotten to the trapped victim yet or anything?
Yeah, it's already starting to scream. I'm not going to keep
Oh.
track of the victim's HP. It's just going to be if the Manticore gets to it, they're going to die.
Right. It's dead. Yeah.
Oh god. Well, this is awful. Okay.
You are
she's
hidden, so
gonna-
if you attack it, you will have sneak attack damage.
Okay, yeah, so she'll just sneak up and I'll use the short bow.
Okay.
Yeah, I would use it.
Anyway, so I think I'll stay within like maybe 40 feet.
40 feet?
and-
Okay.
Yeah, and then take a short bow attack. There we go. Words.
Roll with advantage.
Okay. That's
15
better.
is a hit. Roll sneak
Sweet.
attack damage. 13 damage. All right.
Okay, so I step out and I take the shot, and then I'm gonna try to step back into the shadows again.
All right.
Nat
That's a
20,
nat
nice.
20. So
Yeah.
nat 20 is an automatic success. So yes, you have successfully hidden. The Manticore has not, like, it got an arrow and it was like, what the fuck? And it turns around and it's like, what happened? It was a ghost,
Like-
probably.
Object permanence. Like what?
Manticores are sentient, so it's not.
Yeah.
Next up is Ariazis.
You mean giant spider?
Giant spider, sure, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So you still have your Moonbeam active. Do you want to move it over
Yes.
to Manticore?
Moonbeam. Let me see. You can move it 60 feet in any direction. So I'm gonna move it
Over to Manticore.
toward the Manticore.
His con mod is +3.
Oh, that definitely beats 13.
Well, he still takes half damage. How long does Moonbeam last? I think a minute, you said?
Concentration up to 1 minute. Yes.
Okay, so you've probably got another two or three rounds.
And I can also attack
All
As a
right.
spider.
As a giant spider.
Right.
I love this.
do, do, do,
Tangy druids are so cool.
I can I can either web it or I can bite it. I don't want to get close enough to bite it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to restrain it with a web.
That would be
So
cool.
how far away is it?
You are at present about 80 feet away. You can close the distance up to 40 feet.
Okay, yeah, because it's reached 30, 60 feet, so I'm gonna get within range and then going to
Yes, if the range is 60 feet, then yes, definitely you can get to it.
get within range and then just gonna
The
It's
target
restrained.
is
It
restrained
can make a DC 12 strength check to
by-
burst out.
as an
the
action.
web.
As an action.
as
it
an
can.
action.
So until its next turn, it is
Right.
definitely for sure restrained.
Right, restrained, exactly. So she's gonna do that.
Okay. It is currently restrained. It will try to break out of that on its next turn. So that is your turn, Ariazis, I believe?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's all I can do.
Selene!
Okay, so I am also, I assume, same distance
You
away.
are also about 80 feet away, yes. You have not moved closer.
Okay.
And why would you want to? Let's be perfectly
Yeah,
honest.
I know.
You're like,
The only reason I'd want to is because I have a 30-foot range spell, but I don't want to get that close. All right.
Also, your
I'm
tank
gonna-
is between you and the Manticore, so
Yeah, I was like, I can
you're
stand up.
probably okay to get a little closer.
There's
Yeah.
a giant spider up there. It's good.
Yeah,
Fine.
between
And
a
it's restrained.
between a skinny goth elf and a giant spider, it's gonna try to eat the giant spider first.
Exactly. It's gonna be like, tasty juice box.
Fair.
Tastes like.
Ariazi's the tasty juice box.
Okay, I am gonna get up to 60 feet away from it, so I can move 20 feet closer, and I'm gonna use Ray of Sickness.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll attack. 11. The armor class is 14.
Damn it.
Wow.
You can kind of duck behind Ariazi's. You're like, tank!
Well, that's my go.
It's like,
That's
I'll just,
one-
giant spider, goodbye, I'm gonna
That,
disappear.
that's one spell slot down. I am down to one spell slot.
Oh no.
Period. Full stop.
Oh no.
You still got your cantrips, you're fine. Next up in the order is Salvador, and unfortunately he's going to waste his turn sparing the dying the other cultist.
Oh my god.
What a useless man.
Sorry, this is the price you pay for having a free healer.
I just like to think of him in the background shouting, being like, "Oh wait, I've got you."
Let me just finish up over here, then I'll come over and help, I promise.
There's a giant manticore that could kill all of us.
I know, but this is very time sensitive.
So is our life.
Next up is the Manticore. Manticore is going to make a strength check to get out of the webbing.
You got
He has
me.
a +3 on his strength check, which that seems like it. Yep, When he
yeah.
busts out of the webbing, he's going to attack you, Arya. He has multi-attack. Okay, 1d20 plus 5. Does a 14 hit your AC as a giant spider?
Let me check. My AC is 14. Yep.
Okay, so you
As a
take...
spider?
Yeah, as a giant spider, my AC is 14.
So that is 7 damage for its first attack. And miss. And then a dirty 20, so that is another. So that's 14 damage total to you, Arya.
Okay. We're still good.
Yeah, this is. Don't worry, I chose an appropriate villain this time.
She said
challenge-
that, but then
it's
she
cha-
also gives the total party kill last time.
Hey, you lived. It's fine.
It's fine, exactly.
It's challenge rating 3. You can handle this Manticore. It's fine. So that's the Manticore's turn. Nyla, you are up.
So it's not trapped.
It is not trapped
No, it
anymore.
burst
no.
out.
Okay, it's escaped the wedding.
Yeah.
Let's see. How far is it away? Is it close to the next people, or is it like
It
focused
is.
on
It
the
is. It is.
Ariazi's
It's
spider
close to the other people, but right now it's focused on Ariazi's,
next? Okay.
or should I say, giant spider Ariazi's.
Yeah, exactly. It's focused on the giant spider. It's like, what?
Okay. So Nyla will step out of the shadows and do another bow attack at it.
All right, roll with advantage.
I'm really liking this sneak attack thing.
Sneak attack is
Yeah,
cool.
Rogues.
Rogues are a fun class.
Jeez.
19 plus 4 is 13. Or 23, sorry. I was an English major. Don't laugh at me. So yes, so that's a hit. Go ahead and roll your sneak attack damage. That's your sneak attack, or is that just...
That's sneak attack. I just rolled really low on all of the.
Wow, yeah, it's 2s, 2, 2, and 3.
I mean, don't feel too bad. That's...
It's not. In the scheme of
it's not
things.
bad. It's not bad. Okay. That is Nyla's
And
turn, and it is...
Another hide. Sorry.
Yep, roll
Back
stealth.
into it.
Yeah, you 15 plus 6 is higher than 5. So yeah, you have successfully hidden again. Next up in the order is Ariazis.
Okay. How close is it?
It's all up in your grill.
Okay. And
And
has it
now
been a
that
minute? Is
Salvador,
my moonbeam still active, or did it go away?
yes, it is still active. You've got
Okay, great.
another round before, and you can hear Salvador in the back like, "I'll heal you. Like, just give me a minute. I'll heal you."
Up in your spider grill.
Yeah, all up in my grill. I'm just like trying to see like
All up in my spider grill.
what it does. Okay, so you can move the beam 60 feet. It's still centered on the thing.
Yes.
On the manticore.
Okay, so it needs to make a con save.
Right.
And it's plus con
Because
is
it's still
plus
active.
3.
As long as it's still active, it's gonna still...
Nope, still half damage. It's got a very good
Okay.
con mod is the problem.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, she's just like, whatever, it's distracting.
Its int mod is bullshit, but con mod is pretty good. Wow, cool. 10 damage. That's just a lucky roll. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
You have bloodied the manticore. It is below half health.
Okay, so that's the moonbeam, and
It's already all up in your grill. You might as well bite it.
yeah, exactly. Like she's already right there. So like she's like, okay, whatever, free bite. Since she's a spider.
But a 10 is not good enough. So no, you try to bite at it, and it kind of shrugs you off out of the way. Next up
Boo.
is Selwyn.
Okay, so how close is it to me?
You are about 30 feet away from it, and you have positioned Ariazis between you and it.
Right. You're using me as cover, which is fine because I'm a giant spider, so
Yeah.
you can do that.
She's the tank. It's fine.
It's like, how dare you try to bite me?
I just want to say,
Okey-dokey.
I'm disappointed it wasn't a bear. I just want to put that out there. It's like I'm just going to throw it out there. If you ever wild shape into a bear, I will give you cool perks because I like bears.
Yeah, I'm not against the manticore. Not here. Nice try.
That's just
God
my
damn
You
it.
have no more spells, huh?
Nope.
It's okay. You still got your cantrips. At level 3, cantrips are still really good.
Yep. But now I've wasted 2 turns in a row and all my spell slots.
Next up in the order is Salvador. How are you doing with hit points, Ariazis?
12, but like if I go down to 0, I just revert back to tiefling and then I have full hit points again. So, I mean, well, it'll subtract.
Well,
It'll subtract whatever's left over.
it's reasonable that he wants to keep you as the tank and wants to keep you as
Okay, he wants me as a giant spider. Okay, he's like, no, no.
It's handy, so he's going to cast
Right,
Cure
exactly.
Wounds on you, so that is
Okey-dokey.
1d8 plus 4. You regain 7 hit points, Ariazis.
She makes delighted spider noises.
And it's actually a touch spell, so he runs past you and he boops you on your little spider face, and then he
Aw,
keeps
my
running.
giant spider arms and
I need
legs.
to
and he's-
know what delighted spider noises sound like.
I have
Yeah.
no idea, but
Can I
imagine
take
it in your
can I
mind.
take a shot at it with some Foley work?
Oh,
Yes.
sure.
What? Like, exactly. That's exactly. She's like shitters happily.
Oh,
This is
that
my
was
favorite thing.
horrible.
This is the best thing that's
so
ever happened.
horrible. Oh my
I love
God.
it.
So now I'm at 19. That's good.
That's good. Next up in the order is the Manticore.
Which is
It does not
under. Face.
It has an int mod of -2, so it does not understand what Salvador just did. So it is going to continue to attack you. So the 1 hit misses. Wow, 2 hits miss.
Yay!
There we go. That's what I'm talking
Oh, no.
about. So 7 damage to you. So it just takes away what Sal just gave you.
Exactly. It's like, you know what? I didn't like that, so.
Next up is Nyla.
Okay. So it's looking like it's okay, but it's not. It's like on
It's-
its way down.
You have bloodied it. It is below half health.
Okay, gotcha. Should just take another shortbow shot at it.
Okie dokie. A 14 plus 4 is an 18, which is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. A 12. Wow, that's a lot of damage. You guys are really taking this thing to church.
I mean, technically it's in a temple already.
Yeah, that's true. You're taking it to temple, which it is already in. So you've got half the battle. That's already done.
There we go.
Next up in the order after Nyla is Ariazis.
Okie dokie. And I'm assuming that the spell has fizzled out at this point. So we're
You
just
can
going
get what
to-
this should be your last round with Moonbeam.
Okay, the last round of Moonbeam, and
Yeah.
she's like, I'm just gonna milk that for as long as it's worth.
Oh, that's a nat 1. So yeah, you get to do 2d10 damage to it.
Yay!
Oh, nice.
Yay.
Woof!
Yay!
A lot of fucking damage. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna actually have to use a
then-
calculator for this, and I feel really bad. But I was an English major. Get off my back.
Yeah, it's okay, because if it's
Ooh,
still
it is-
alive, she's gonna try to chomp it.
Yeah, it is not looking good. So it is still alive, but it's not great.
Okay, so after that, she's going to bite.
11 is not a hit.
Okay, well, she tried. Ah!
Selwyn, you're up next. This might be the killing blow.
Okie dokie. I'm
Yeah.
gonna use Chill Touch.
Do it, do it, do it. That's a hit.
Thank fuck.
Yay!
Roll damage. That's
Yes!
the killing blow. Yes.
Yes.
With one last spell, Selwyn sends the manticore collapsing onto its side with a roar. And Salvador's like, wait! He runs over and he boops it with Spare the Dying.
Oh
He says,
my
okay, we
God.
did it! And it's still unconscious. It's not going to wake up for a while.
Ariazes turns, gets down from the wall and turns back into a tiefling.
It's like, Ariazes, that was so cool! That was so cool!
And immediately ignores Sal and runs to the manticore like, oh, poor baby, I'm so sorry.
And he goes over to you, Selwyn, and it's like, that was a really cool spell that you cast. That was really neat. And then he runs over to you, Nyla. It's like, Nyla, those both shots were so cool. I like how you jump out of the shadows and shot at it. It was very cool. You guys are great. I like y'all a lot. And let's stop there for the night.
Great.
Oh my god, I need a rest.
Yeah, I know. You have no spells, and I'm like, oh.
Okay, guys, we just look on the bright side. This is much better than last time. Where
It is.
Yeah, exactly. Where we're
It
like,
is.
how are we gonna live?
Hey friends, it's your favorite DM, Tessa Crowley. If you want more information on the show, social media links, episode lists, character biographies, or player information, check out our website, critfail.club or critfailclub.com. If you want to chat with us or other listeners, or even listen live as we record, join our Discord server at bit.ly/cfcdiscord. Episodes are available on YouTube at bit.ly/cfcchannel and wherever you get your podcasts.